Hey there, my fellow jewelry enthusiasts. Welcome to my channel, Memory Lane by Marie, and I'm Marie. Welcome to April, you guys. As you can see right now, I am about to share with you my Give Me 5 series for the month of March. And I want to thank all of my new subscribers who I see who have joined my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. And those of you who have been with me for a while already, thank you for returning. I appreciate you so much. If you find that you keep coming back and you haven't quite hit subscribe yet, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscription button, and I would greatly appreciate it. So I wanted to come on today and talk about, first of all, share my Give Me 5 series. And of course, even though it is April, I am going to be sharing March. Last time I was before you discussing my Give Me 5 series, I talked about how Miss Annie B suggested that a collaboration challenge would be an interesting idea for my Give Me 5 series, and I presented it to those of you who watch, and many of you did reach out. And unfortunately, even though I got an email telling me that my March dollar bead box was on its way, I guess because of the pandemic and many of our areas are having difficulty with the mail service, mine came rather late. And so I was able to work on it a little bit. But it's a little bit late. And then many of you who contacted me, you do not receive your, those of you who subscribe to Dollar Bee Box, you receive it rather late. And so for people to participate in the challenge, I imagine it doesn't really matter as long as you get in your entry. But I thought I would kind of try to start over and announce it at the beginning of the month. And I think it probably would be best if we kind of did it in arrears. And by that I mean have the uploads due, if you will, due sometime early in the following month. So I initially said March we could start, but as I've read many of the comments, I see that many of them come at different times. I knew many of them come at different times, but depending on where you are in the world, that determines how late you receive it. So it's early April. I haven't received my dollar bee box for the month, but I am going to issue the challenge for April since it's still kind of early, and we can get it up by the 5th of May. And so since it's the Give Me 5, keeping with the 5 theme, many people get theirs early in the month. A lot of people get theirs late in the month. And I figure we should be able to get April's up by the 5th of May. And so today I'm going to share with you my contributions for March 2021 Dollar Bee Box, my Give Me 5 series. Again, this is not sponsored. I pay for my own subscription. It is just something that I like to do. Many people use the Dollar Bee Box as merely a stash builder, and I decided to challenge myself by trying to create 5 not necessarily cohesive pieces. Sometimes they work out that way, but 5 individual projects from the Dollar Bee Box. And so this month I was able to do that, or for the month of March I was able to do that. And I did not again do the unboxing because I received it so late, and I figured by that time many of you have already seen the pieces. But I did just want to mention that this cute little bead right here, I really wanted to use it. I thought it was very appropriate because it's spring. It's a pretty little dragonfly. It was the check glass table cut dragonfly, opaque green with pink wash, but it was damaged, and I tried to use my bead awl to kind of get into that hole, but the hole was just blocked, and I'm really kind of bummed that it did not work because I really wanted to use it. And it's rare that this happens for me with the dollar bead box, but it did happen this time. And so for whatever reason, I wasn't able to use this. So this is something that I did not use that I wanted to use, and hopefully maybe you guys get to use it, and I'll get to see how you were able to use it in your projects. So with that being said, again, welcome to my channel. Let's get at our Give Me 5. First up is number 1. So here, you guys, I'm sharing a pair of earrings with you. I have used, clearly you should recognize those two pieces, that check glass ammonite. It was opaque medium red with the blue wash here, and we received two pieces. And I will admit, this time it was a challenge trying to come up with 5 pieces. Excuse me, spring allergies. Coming up with 5 pieces. I did have to utilize some of the items from my dollar bead box stash, and as you know, that is allowed. Dollar bead box. It is a dollar bead box Give Me 5 series, so the items used should be from dollar bead box. Again, I tried to use the ones that came that month, but if you have purchased additional items by going on their site, paying $1, then you are able to use those, or you are able to use items from previous dollar bead box subscriptions that you did not use. The objective here is to use the items from dollar bead box. So that being said, this pair of earrings here, I have used these two ammonite check glass beads, 18 millimeter. We received 2 pieces, opaque medium red with blue wash, and the rest of the beads have come from previous dollar bead box. You should recognize these beads as those beautiful miracle beads that look like they glow in the dark. And these beads here, these clear crystal beads, I'm not even sure what type of beads they are. I remember receiving them. They were on the strand with other beads. I assume they were spacers. These were not even the beads that the description mentioned, but I liked them and I kept them. And so I added them here as a nice linear pair of earrings with that ammonite detail down at the bottom. And so I think those turned out really pretty. Again, that's number 1. Give Me 5 series. Number 2, guys, here are those infamous sugar skull beads that we seem to receive all the time. Check glass sugar skull, 16 by 20 millimeter. This time we receive white with a black wash. And of course, these are from this month's or March's dollar bead box curation. These black beads here are from that bonus item. We received a bonus item of check fire polish jumbo mix, and these fire polish beads were there. These, however, were from a previous dollar bead box acquisition on my own. This, I believe they were, but I know they're dollar bead box because I do keep all of my dollar bead box items together. They're not as itemized as far as being stored with the index that it comes with, but these I know are those, they are called those, they look like pumpkins. What are they called, you guys? Right. That would be the melon beads. So these are jet with the silver wash in them. And so I think they turned out really nicely. Again, I'm not always been a fan of the sugar skull bead, but it seems like we are not going to be able to escape them. And so I think these turned out really pretty as well. One of my favorite color combinations are black and white, and I often throw in some red for a little pop. So there you have it, guys. Number 2 in my Give Me 5 series. Next up, number 3, you guys. This is my third offering pair of earrings using a metal that I rarely use, the gold tone. Here from the March 2021 dollar bead box, I used these beads here. They were a 6 millimeter check fire polish in vintage plum, and there has like a little shimmer from the copper, vintage plum copper, And so I paired with it these 4mm check fire polish beads from the Dollar Bead bag. And those were in the crystal vintage gold. And I figured that they kind of picked up the little shimmer from the metallic wash that are on these. And then we also received those same check fire polish in that plum in a smaller size in a different curation. And so these beads down here, I know we received them from Dollar Bead Box. I can see that there's purple, maybe even a little gold or copper wash, maybe even some travertine. Don't really remember the name of them, but I do know they go well with these vintage plum, with this copper. I know they go well with these gold findings, and I think they turned out to be a really cute pair of earrings pulled together by several of the beads that we've received from Dollar Bead Box over the time. And so that just goes to show you how you can pull from this subscription, from the things that they send us over time, to create some really nice pieces for yourself, or if you sell it, you know, some really nice pieces to sell. So that's number 3, you guys, where I've used the check fire polish in the 6mm vintage plum copper, brought in some of those check fire polish from the Dollar Bead bag, that gold, to bring it out, set it off, and I added these 2 little beads here from the Dollar Bead bag that I pulled from my Dollar Bead bag stash. So that's number 3. Okay, everybody, so before I get to my last 2 pieces, I wanted to go ahead and reiterate the collaboration challenge that was brought to me by Miss Annie B. And I want to thank Miss Annie B because I've gotten a lot of visitors who said they heard about me from her. So thanks, Miss Annie B. But as I stated at the top of the video, I had some issues with delivery for March when I first issued it and discussed it and asked if those were interested, wanted to come aboard. Of course, it is open to anyone who wants to. And as most collaborations go, you add the names of the other collaborators in your description box. And the rules are simple. It's a Give Me 5 challenge. You use the Dollar Bead Box, the one from the current month, to try to come up with 5 offerings, 5 projects. However, you are not limited to just that month. If you cannot do so, if you have a Dollar Bead Box stash, by all means, use what you have to add to your 5 offerings. And because so many people receive them at different times during the month, I thought we would operate on arrears. And so for the month of April, would be nice if we can have all of them uploaded by the 5th of May. And we'll try it again the following month, see how it goes. So that being said, let me go ahead and share my final offering with you guys, numbers 4 and 5 for the Give Me 5 series for the month of March. And here it is. All right, so I know you recognize these pieces. Here, of course, is that chain that we always receive, that 7-inch check glass beaded chain. This month in March, it was in olive green. And here we have 2 pieces of check glass drugs, opaque turquoise with silver travertine. These crystal pieces here come from that check fire polish jumbo mix. And so I added those here. These 2 pieces in the middle come from my Dollar Bead Box stash. I remember these little sparkly ones here. They were a jet preciosa rondelle. However, I don't recall the name of these little organically shaped green ones, but I thought they were really pretty, added texture to the earring. And here, this is an acquisition from a Dollar Bead Box haul. I got them in several colors, a square focal, and I think it's really pretty. Goes well with this beaded chain in olive, and this ended up being a set. So again, creating sets is not necessary for the or is not required for the Give Me 5 challenge, But if you're able to pull one out, kudos to you. I have been able to do that several times, but not always. And so these are my number 4 and number 5 for my Give Me 5 series for the month of March 2021 dollar bead box. Again, I've not done a collaboration challenge before, and if I am missing some details, do let me know. But I think the challenge speaks for itself. It doesn't require any of those thematically based do pink, do blue type of ideals for this challenge. It's a challenge in and of itself when I started doing it. And so it pretty much asks you to take a subscription that you receive, which is the dollar B box, that is not based on a theme or motif, and come up with 5 pieces. And sometimes that's difficult. I found it to be kind of difficult this month. Not that it's not always challenging, but I really had to think and dig down deep, and I had to take quite a bit of help from my dollar B box stash this time to come up with some pieces that I thought were interesting and satisfactory for me. And so let me know which one is your favorite in the comments. Again, many of you have reached out to me regarding your desire to do it, and I appreciate it. And so when we start to upload, I am going to let you guys know. I'll add in those channels, if you will, excuse me. I'll add in those channels for those who have also done it, so that we'll all be able to check out each other's offering for the Give Me 5 series. And so the next time, it will be for the month of April. Hopefully we get some really interesting goodies so that we're able to create some fun and diverse pieces. And I will catch you guys next time. As always, be safe out there. Stay positive. Thank you, thank you, thank you.